Coach, if you want to open us up.
All right, guys. Really good game. Let's talk about that first. Just proud of our guys. Just resilient. Played well. It's amazing when you don't score for them 3 times. How you play. So thought we played well. Coach over there, he does a really good job building a young program. They just have moved up a few years ago, and going through. They got a young football team. So anybody knows anything about football, our schedule conference-wise is front end loaded for sure. So. We just took care of business today. I thought the guys played well. And, really not taking a knee at the end of the game, 500 yards offense, held them around 300, and I thought we played, just a solid football game. And just proud of our guys for, responding and playing hard. And that's one thing, let's talk about this team first. It's never changed with this team. Never been more proud of a group of players and coaches just to navigate through what they've been through the last year, through the fall season, spring season, another fall season, 4 FBS schools you play, just injury. I've never been a part in 33 years of more injuries than we've had, this fall. You've heard me talk about that. The injury report this week was 20 plus. I think we played without 3 or 4 offensive linemen, 2 or 3 defensive guys, and that's kind of been the average, most of the year. So as a player, as a coach, you're never in control of that. And we talk to our guys all the time about it. Is you're in control of 2 things. Number 1, your attitude and your effort. Your attitude and your effort. And this bunch's attitude and their effort is never wavers, never changed. So I couldn't be more proud of that than anything. Just an amazing group of people, just character in that locker room. Even when the season's not going as you want it to go, and you lose some close games, they come back to work the next week, and they get out there and they perform. So like I said, just the game in itself, so many great plays. The pick 6 early in the game got us off to a good start. And offensively, drove down, got the score, and just started rolling from there. A lot of people just played really, really hard, and just appreciate that. So let's go into probably what everybody's going to want to talk about. My time is coming on here. It's been a great ride. I mean, it's just it's been unbelievable. It's I can't put into words. Kind of what's happened here. It's been amazing. This will always be my home. My family, just 9 years, just raising your kids here. Me and my wife both alumni. This place has done so much for me. I can't never repay it. So just a lot done. I can't sum up nine years in a few minutes. It'd take me 9 hours. If we don't have 9 hours to sit and talk about it, and that'd be the minimum that I'd like to talk about it. But it's just been awesome. I've always put this university first, and how I represent it. I think my family has done a great job, just being ambassadors for this university in the way we handle our business. So as an era, I think comes to an end, you look back and you analyze it. So you sit there and I say, it's not a John Gross era. I really don't even want it labeled that way. It's a lot of people that made happen what happened. It's special people. And that's what God put so many amazing people in my life. And when we started it, His hands have been all over it. And I give Him all the credit. He just He's blessed us in so many ways. So many lives are changed. Some people just, it's all about wins. Never to John Gross would it ever be about wins. So I like to win and hate to lose as much as anybody does. But the lives have been changed with things God's done. Where our program's been unbelievable. Best thing I've ever been a part of. So it's been just a great journey. I've seen so many lives change during that time. I can't even go into detail about all of them. I get 1 or 2 texts a week that people say, "Hey, this program touched me in ways I still use today." I get several of those just all the time. Just thank yous for that. So, I'll match our success. So many programs around the country would love to have the success we've had. And I'll start first with off the field. That's not where everybody goes most time, right? Most time everybody goes on the field. So I'll match that too. But off the field, just with our APR, the APR, I don't think a school ever dreamed of having an APR as high as where ours has been. We took it 2 years before we got here, it was like 916. We took it to record numbers in our graduation. And that's my goal, this graduation rate and turning great men out into society. And that was really my first and only goal. And you hold a 3.0 GPA wise for 4+ years. You win the conference academically 3 out of 4 years, which never done that around here before. So we put the importance in building a whole person development and building a man and building a student athlete, and that's our staff all committed to that, our guys committed to that. So just off the field, you had never heard of any major problems with our guys off the field. High character guys, just like the guys sitting down in that locker room played today. There's been hundreds of them come before them that's done it the right way. And that's been the standard and the expectation that what we've expected. And I love all those guys. I mean, I can't go into naming the guys, but man, it's just amazing what they've done off the field. So many academic success guys and the things that that they've done community service wise off the field. We've had two or three national winners with that. It's been amazing with that. And then you go to on the field and you win. We're nationally relevant. I go back to 2015. A good buddy of mine, John Holder, is probably as good of a sports expert as we got in this state. He tells me, he says, Coach, he said, I'm just going to tell you, when he was here when they made the move up, when you moved from D2 to D1, he said, I said then, we will never be national relevant again at JSU. And he said, Coach, you made me eat my words. And it's a special group of guys that made us nationally relevant. Everybody forgets it. They not won a playoff game before we got here in 13. And we took it to the top, and so proud of that. A lot of thank yous go into that. Like I said, all the people, staff, players, everything, but also Bill Clark, college roommate. He gave me an opportunity here. I think we broke about every school record offensively that first year, which kind of set me up with him getting a better opportunity at UAB to get the job. And Dr. Meehan and Warren Cole believing in me to give me a job. And I appreciate that. And like I say, my family, your college football coach, you're away from them a lot. I got a great wife. She does a really good job of running our house, because she's like a single parent. And our kids, they do a good job. Sorry about that. So before I get stumbling around and everything, but because like I said, a lot of thank yous, a lot of blessings that we've had. But I'm gonna end it with this. I got to do this my way, and I'm pleased with it. I'm thankful that I got to do it my way. So I got to tell my whole team yesterday, my staff, told them at the same time. They were a little shocked, but it went really well. I thought they handled it really well. They responded really well today, and I got to share this with one of my devotions yesterday morning really early. We started this thing with God, and we'll end it with God and what He's done for us. But, John 18:11, the cup which the Father has given me, shall I drink it? You think about that. There's a life lesson. A lot of times the hands you dealt, ain't nothing you can do about it. And but you gotta drink it. Lord knows best. When we're out of control of stuff is when we get prideful, when we get to where you're worried about everything. God gives you a sense of peace. Okay? It don't always happen the way you want it to happen, but I can promise you this: if you're a follower and you're a believer and you have a walk with Him, you know that the blessings are bigger on the other side. You may not always like to drink the cup that He gives you, but you better drink it and be faithful. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drink it and be faithful. He's got something better for me on the other side, and I know that. And like I said, just I appreciate everybody. Appreciate y'all very much. So this coverage that you do for Jackson State, Josh Underwood, it's the job he does. It's everybody that's went into. It's been a great ride. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of blessings. I'll never forget it. Always be a part of me. But like I said, just end up a good day. we're going to do this thing the right way, and I appreciate you. Open it up for questions now, so. I didn't talk 9 hours, Mark, so
It's
it's a
fine.
lot quicker than that,
You wanna stay here for 9 hours, I'll stay here, don't mind. Just tell me occasionally what the score of the Alabama LSU game is, that's all.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But, is this your decision, and is this your last game, or are you gonna coach out the rest of the year?
No, this is my last game. I'll coach out the last year, mutual, agreement.
I know, you told your team yesterday, and I was told that you had asked them not to say anything publicly, and there wasn't a peep. What does it mean to you that your guys held your word like that?
Means a lot. I asked them for 2 things yesterday. I asked them to, what I told them in that room, to keep it to themselves, for 24 hours, the way we was gonna do it. And I said, if it gets leaked, it better come from somewhere else, not here, and I think they did a fantastic job of that. With social media and the way people say on their phones, they did what I asked them. It means a lot. Now, I told them I love them. That's the 2 things I wanted. I wanted that, and I wanted to win today, so they responded and they did that, and I just appreciate them. But it tells you what kind of characters in that room, to not have done that. Most people have done some childish stuff and they spread that word, so but they didn't. They held on to it.
You mentioned before about when football season starts that you pretty much, all you get to do is just sleep at home. You don't get to see your family at all, and it's pretty clear from all the pictures on social media that your wife, that your children post, that you really, really enjoy your family time. How much does that play into your decision?
Well, I mean, I think number one, I'm gonna continue to coach. I'll coach again, and I'll have success again. So it's one of those things where it's part of our family. It's a way of life for our family. My 12-year-old, if I told him I wasn't gonna coach right now, he'd run me out of the house. He expects Daddy to coach. Now, I think one thing I try to mentor our younger coaches is this game, and I've said before, will eat you alive if you let it. It'll make you be not a good father. It'll make you be not a good spouse or husband, and really will take you away from your home so much if you don't do it the right way. Your family will get lost in the shuffle, and so I try to monitor, mentor that with our young guys. Of family comes first. Our guys know that they better love on their wives, better love on their kids, and spend time with them. We do it in a way where they get to do that. So there's a balance with everything in life, and you definitely in this game can get out of balance with it. But our program, it's not what it stands for. Our culture's not like that. I mean, our players, our staff, they know it's all about family number one, and I try to keep my family around as much as I can, so they're able to see that. So there's a lot of field houses you go into across the country at any level, and you ain't gonna see no kids. You don't see kids running up and down our halls all the time, but it's just a family atmosphere, and like I said, I think it's good for your players to see you be that husband, to be that father that you're supposed to be, and we just try to just mentor them guys what they need to do in the future. Because my deal is the games, academic success, all that stuff has been great, but I know solid that we've turned out some great husbands, some great fathers, and good community leaders, from this program. It's just amazing the people that's come out of here, and really God's changed. I have those texts all the time, but appreciate you asking that about family.
You mentioned, you've had some time to reflect on, your career, this journey. Where does win rank on that right now? Like, going out with a win like this, how does that feel right now? I mean,
it feels really good. I mean, number one, just what Mark just asked about the guys keeping it quiet and going out and playing well today and getting a win, So, we knew we had a good chance to win the last 3. Really probably should have won last week. We don't score 4 3 times. You're sitting there with a chance to get the playoffs and all that stuff. If you look at our schedule, it's front end loaded. Two FBS schools, and you play the three of the FCS teams that's beat us is in the top 10. They'll be in the top 10, win their conference when it comes to selection level. So very, very front end loaded, and these guys have battled a couple times. Just come up a little short last week. This team will still have chances to get in the playoffs, and it's a shame because of the character and the players that's in the room. I cannot tell you, how decimated the roster is with injuries of what these guys have had to battle through, and it's a shame, because if you got so many guys back, you could be still a really good football team, and this program's on solid ground. I mean, we still got the same team for 2 years. When you get some of these guys back, I think we've had close to 15 season-ending injuries. When you get all these guys back well, you know, you got a really good roster to work with. So I'm proud of that as well.
The fact that there wasn't a peep from the meeting last night, and the off-field accomplishments you've listed, what does that say about the discipline of the program?
I think it's very good, Joe. Like I said, I discipline. There's two ways to discipline. You discipline I fear, you discipline I love. I discipline I love. My guys respect me. I think they, you know, take a bullet for me. Hey, they know I take a bullet for them. So, in a stop program we run, but I mean, I've never questioned the discipline of our program. Just go check around the country and see how many off the field problems they have and how they are academically. And you know, you can't be a disciplined program and do what we've done on and off the field and not have discipline. You know. Thank you for asking that question, Joe.
What does your wife think of your decision?
For a few weeks, she might like to have me at home. You know, I don't know. Monday, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was intending on finishing the year out, but Monday being at home, I had 33 years besides vacation. Every now and then, when you get a little off time, I've never been at home. I've always worked. You know, I didn't miss a sick day really, so it's gonna be unusual, you know, for that. But and she might not get tired of me too quick. I hope anyway. But yeah, I think family. I got to share that with them the night before. You know, so you know they were all a little upset, but understand and very supportive.
Did you think about going ahead and finishing out the last two games, or was it the appeal of finishing it here?
That was not my decision. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Nicario will be here in a second.